Hello and welcome back to Cello from the Beginning. Well, you've of course learned how to use third finger, and now in the last couple of lessons you've been working on using second finger on the A string and D string. So what we're going to do now is start on a lesson where we have to combine the use of third finger and second finger. So in this case, we'll be doing exercises. We'll be using the third finger on the D string, so the 0, 1, 3, 4 pattern on the D string. But when we go over to the A string, we'll be using the 0, 1, 2, 4 finger pattern. And so what we're learning here is how to negotiate back and forth between third finger and second finger in tune, and also to make the adjustment with fourth finger to keep it in tune as well. So there's a link in the description to the sheet music that we'll be using for this lesson called Using Second with Third. So you can print that out now. And I'm also going to actually put it on the screen as we go through it. So there we are with the first exercise. Now this is a very straightforward one. We're gonna confine the notes that we're using, and we'll gradually expand it out. So for this first exercise, we're starting on third finger on the D string, playing up to second finger on the A, stepwise, and back down. So we're only using 5 notes. We're using F sharp, a fourth finger G, open A, first finger B, and second finger C natural. And so what we have to do here is make sure, of course, we're starting in the right position, that we've got our hand correctly set up. So the only thing we have to adjust here is that second finger on the A string. Everything else should be what you're used to. So let's try that. 1, 2, ready, play. 3, 4, A, 1, 2, 1, A, 4, 3, 2. So that's it. That's the exercise. You can just repeat that. So there's 2 adjustments actually. There's the adjustment going up where we have to get second finger pulled back. And then coming down off of that, we have to get that fourth finger back into position with that just slight reach, not much. It's a tiny reach to make sure it stays. It doesn't go flat like that. Because as we know, when we're playing second finger, it will want to pull that fourth finger back. So that's the first exercise, just playing up and down that portion of a scale using third and second finger. All right, let's keep going. So the second exercise here is the same sequence, or the same group of notes, 3, 4, 0, 1, and 2, just starting on a different note. This time we're going to start on fourth finger, play down to third finger, then go up, come back down, 4, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 1, A. So this is basically the same adjustments. It's just starting on a different note. Instead of starting on the F sharp and going up and down from that, we're starting on the G. So let's find our position. Make sure that fourth finger is right where it needs to be. And then third finger should set up as you're used to. So here we go. Ready, and 4, 3, 4, A, 1, 2, be careful, 1, A, 4, 3, 4, A, 1, 2, 1, A. And you'll see that each of these lines has a repeat mark at the end, and that's just to remind you when you're practicing them, just loop the exercise. Do it several times through until you're comfortable with it, and then when you're ready, go on to the next one. All right, let's take a look at number 3 and see what challenges it has. Okay, so for this one, we're adding one more note. We're adding fourth finger on the A string. So we've been stopping at 2. Now we're going to get that fourth finger where we're going to have to make that slight reach to make sure that the D is in tune. So we start with the same sequence, 4, 3, 4, 0, 1. Now we play 1, 2, 4. And we come down, 4, 2, 1, A, 4, 3, 4. So again, the only thing that we're adding from exercises 1 and 2 is the C natural to D, where we want to make sure that that doesn't go where it's slightly flat. Get that nice reach to fourth finger. So let's try that. 1, 2, ready, play. 4, 3, 4, A, 1, 2, 4, little reach. 4, 2, 1, A, 4, 3, 4. Now, coming down, when we've got that fourth finger coming down, we have to make sure that it doesn't pull the second finger up. So what we want to watch out for is this. Okay, I got that in tune. Oops, I didn't keep my second finger in place. So once that second finger is stuck down, we reach for the 4. I'm keeping that second finger glued down. So I can come right down. All right, so that's another great exercise. A very simple, very straightforward, won't take you long. You can easily play that, 10 times through in just a couple of minutes, maybe not even that much. And that will really isolate those movements with the second and the fourth finger coming off of the third and fourth finger. All right, let's keep going. Okay, this one is a little bit of a leap forward in terms of difficulty. So we're starting on third finger on the D, playing the open A, then playing the second finger on the A. Then 2, A, 3 on D. 3, A, 2, 2, A, 3. All right, so what's difficult about this? Well, we're having to make the adjustment of the third and the second fingers with no notes in between, right? We're using the open string, no fingered notes in between. We're not getting that run up where I use the first finger to locate 2, which is what we've been doing, or using the fourth finger to locate 3. Right now I have to do that little movement that I'm doing with second finger or third finger without the preceding note, just playing the F sharp, open A, C natural. Now what's going to happen at first probably is you're going to get this, right? Hear that second finger is too high. If you're getting that sour sound, that means we didn't pull it back. Likewise, when you go down, if you're not careful, you're going to get that third finger too low. So you're making that little move. Just watch my left hand. See, and I'll try to get in a position here. I'm going to change my cello slightly so you can just see this very small movement. It's very subtle. We know that adjustment is not even the half the width of a finger, right? It's very, very small, but it's still an important one to make. So this will be a great exercise to work on very slowly. And there's also something that you can do. I didn't put this in the music because it's hard to read, but you could play this with drones. So you could use, if you can get your fingers up high enough, you can play the F sharp against the A, which will really help you tune that F sharp. And then play the D against the C. And you'll learn to hear when it's slightly out of tune. But you don't have to do that, and if it causes you problems, don't try to do the two notes. But you can even just do it once to check. You'll hear the difference between that and this is out of tune, in tune, out of tune. Especially that third finger, that open A, is going to help tune it. All right, so work on that one slowly and carefully. Don't rush through it. Don't be frustrated. Just practice. All right, let's look at number 5. Now we're going back to some stepwise motion and some leaps. So we're putting fourth finger back in, but leaving first finger out. So you have to find the second finger going up is the trick, right? It's just like the other exercise with more notes around it. So we start with 3, 4, open A, 2, 4, 2, A, 4, 3, 4, A, 2, 4, 2, A, 4. All right, you hear it? So this part, pretty easy. We got to find the second finger, keep it there, find fourth finger, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. So this one is really concentrating on 4-0-2-4. That little sequence there is what we're really after, is locating that second finger when we don't have the first finger in front of it. All right, so practice that one. We're over halfway through. Here we are, number 6. All right. We're just getting rid of the open A string now. So only fingered notes this time. This is a different challenge. I'll play it for you. All right, so clearly the challenge here is from fourth finger to second finger on the A, because I don't have anything in between to give me the space to adjust that finger. I've got to adjust that second finger while I'm playing fourth finger. So I start 3, 4, and did you see the motion there where I went ahead and moved second finger to the A string and pulled it back slightly? We'll do it again. Watch right here. Watch here also. Just make that little reach. Let 3 crawl back. All right, let's try that together from the beginning. 1, 2, ready, and 3, 4, 2, careful, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. If you watch my left hand while I'm doing that, you'll see that there's a lot of little spider motions that are taking place, little spider walks where one leg of the spider, as it were, is moving while the others stay put. So the beginning, here's the first one. See that second finger walks? Here's another one. Now watch this. As I bring 2 and 3 over, again, that 3 walks up just slightly. So these are very small details, but they're important for getting this sequence in tune, of being able to play using third finger and second finger, which we need. So go slow, don't get frustrated. Just be careful, take your time, you'll get it. We're just putting these together, and these exercises are on purpose a little harder than the music that we're doing, and they get harder as we go through the exercises. We've done that before, where when we're isolating the technique, we give ourselves more challenges, and then we make it easier when we're actually playing a song. All right, let's go on to number 7, almost there. Okay, so this is another one where now we're going to play up a kind of arpeggio in a way. Open D to the F sharp, to fourth finger, to second finger C natural, 4, 2, here's that 2-4 reach again, 3. So what we've really added here is we've added the open D at the bottom. D, F sharp, G, C, D, C, G, F sharp. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, and D, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3, D, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3. Okay, work on that one. Now here's the very last one. This one is tricky, even though it's only 2 notes, but it's the worst combination. So now, up to this point, we've been putting something in between the third finger and the second finger. It's been 4 open and 1, 4 and open, maybe only open A, maybe only 4, right? But there's always been a note between, if you look back in the exercises, there's always been a note between third and second finger to give us a chance to make that movement. Anything in there to give us a chance to make that movement. Now, we've got to do that movement with nothing in between. So we start with third finger. Now we're going to play 2. 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, and 3. Now, there's a couple different ways we could practice this. One is to set it up with third finger on the D string and first finger on the A string, or second finger on the A. And as if I were going to play a chord, and just leave the fingers down. This will wear your fingers out very quickly if you do this. I mean, it's possible. We do have to play this chord, and it's not bad to practice it to find those notes. This is one way. You'll immediately hear the problem with the second finger not being low enough. I'm gonna let it move up. Oh, hear it? In tune? Yeah, out of tune. That's why we're having to make this adjustment. It's because where that second finger wants to sit is not where it belongs. However, I don't recommend that you practice this as a chord right now because that's a different skill. We're really learning the moving back and forth and the adjusting of the fingers. So I recommend practicing it third finger, 1, 2, 3 down. Now I'm moving 2 while I'm playing 3, moving it, letting go of 3, moving now 3, letting go of 2, back to 2. So I'm releasing second and third finger when I'm not playing it to practice refining it, placing the note in the correct place. And it releases the tension on the hand. It won't wear you out so much. So let's do this together once. Find my fourth finger, that'll set up for 3. Here we go. We'll go very slowly. 1, 2, ready, play. 3, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 2, 3. All right. When you get those notes down, when you get those notes in tune, you will have made some great progress. Sometimes it takes students a long time to get this, and this is why I really introduce it fairly early, and we're really isolating it, because if you can get this in tune, then it opens up several more keys that we can play in. Like right now, we're really playing in D and D modes, but we're going to want to be able to play in G major all the way through this D, and for that, we need that 0134, 0124 finger pattern. Because G major has the C natural up there. So this will really, really help you play in tune from the very beginning, which is what we want. We don't want to start using second finger and then a year from now, 2 years from now, decide, let's fix that and get it in tune. We want to start using second finger in tune from the first time you use it. And that's what all these exercises are about. Okay, I'll be back next time with another video and more exercises. Practice hard.